Welcome to the session. Topic of this session is impacts of economic liberalization on cooperatives. Economic liberalization is a concept which allows economy of a country to open to the rest of the world. Here the companies or the firms, the organization, institution from different country, they can participate in the production and marketing activity of the other country. There is no restriction in terms of the quality or quantity or the because if a product of a company, a multinational company is competitive in the international market, it can have a trade with all the countries. So basically the economic liberalization is a concept which opens the economy to the world, and particularly the advanced country which have the efficient production technology. They have the developed resources. The production resources are developed in their countries, and they are of the have the efficient production. They can produce at the less cost, utilizing less production resources, and they have the competitive edge in the production and the marketing, and they have the resources. They have the human resources, they have the financial resources, they can participate in the production and the marketing activity in the world, in the different country. They are taking advantage of this situation, and the developing country who are relatively poor in terms of their resources, the human resources, their planning and designing, the practices, the capabilities, they are relatively disadvantageous condition, because they cannot compete with the large multinational companies. So in this way basically the cooperatives are also being affected from the economic liberalization, because the cooperatives are relatively poor in the resources, in the human resource management, in their capability to design, to plan a business activities, to have the production activities, to organize the resources. They are at disadvantageous condition from the the multinational companies. So they are also adversely affecting the cooperatives are adversely affecting from the economic liberalization, though they have the opportunity to participate in the the production activity, in the business activity at the international level. If the cooperative, they can organize their activities, like in India, many the fertilizer cooperatives particularly, they are organized their activity at international level. If the cooperative can organize their activity at the international level, they have the opportunity to take the advantage of the situation. But relatively the cooperatives are not able to compete with them large multinational companies, so they are suffering. So basically in this session we are going to discuss about the impact of the economic liberalization on the cooperatives. Basically the cooperatives, they have played an important role in the upliftment of the weaker section of society, particularly the farming community, particularly the women in the country, uplifting the poor, providing the employment, providing the income enhancement activity to the rural people. So they have contributed a lot in the upliftment of the weaker section of the society. But the situation is fast changing. The economic scenario is fast changing due to the economic liberalization, because a number of the multinational companies, they are participating in the economic activity of the country. And in this session basically we have the few learning objectives. One is to learn about the meaning of economic liberalizations, and then we will discuss the challenges posed by the liberalization on the cooperative sectors. Then we will describe the impact of the economic liberalization on the cooperative sector. Then we will discuss the economic reforms in the cooperative which are required to face the challenges in the cooperative sector. So let us first start. What is the meaning of the economic liberalization? Actually, the face of the business is going a tremendous transformation changes due to the drastic political and economic changes and development in the world. And the industrialized economies, basically they have realized that they cannot produce everything due to varying economic skills. And the less developed countries, they have also agreed that the procurement of technology is not only the expensive, but the products thus produced are hard to sell, because the quality, if a less developed country which do not have the technology for production, though they have the raw materials or raw resources, but they don't have the technology. So not only the importing a technology is costly, but the quality of produce that is not at par with the industrialized economy. So it is very hard to sell the produce at the profitable rate or profitable prices. So both the industrialized economies or the less industrialized, they have realized that there is no point to produce everything in the country. The things or the goods which are cheaper in the other country we should import, and the goods and the services which are we are efficient in the producing, and we should produce and we should export that goods and services to the other country. So basically this concept of the open market economy has been adopted increasingly by almost all the countries. Almost all the countries, they are going in this direction. They are opening their economies to the external world, and there are 4 basic ingredients in the economic liberalization or open market economy. First is the quality products. They have to produce the quality. They have the production technology or the production methods should be environmental friendly now, because there is a lot of regulations and the quality considerations are there when we export or we sell the commodity in another country. Then the competitiveness, we have to produce the goods and services at the competitive prices, because we have to enter in the international market. Then there is also need to have the accurate information on the content of the produce, how we are producing the goods, what are the raw material we are using, what is the source of the raw material. So everything should be available to the external world. We have to provide all this information in the open market economy. And basically the World Trade Organization, that is basically the international organization looking after the world trade, and that WTO ensure that developing and developed countries do not suffer on account of the quality and misinformation. So they regulate in the world trade, and they ensure that the developing and developed country, they should not at disadvantageous position. The entire world has become a small global village, because everyone can sell everywhere, or they can buy anything from everywhere, or so the whole world has become a small global village. And there are a lot of development after the liberalization. The movement of goods, money, people and information across the national boundary has been picking up its space, and so there are a lot of things going on around the world. And after the liberalization or in the open market economy, the producer have an access to new markets. So if we are producing something in India, we can sell the outside India also, so we can have access to the new market. The information of the product is readily available through various media, and then business take place on the basis of some of the information which are published, and based on the assurance on the quality and after sale services, and also on the basis of the various instruments which are used to provide the quality certification like ISO certification. And due to the economic liberalization, there are a lot of challenges on the cooperative sector, and the most important challenge is that after the liberalization, we are doing the privatization of the public goods like energy, transport system, the communication and health services. So private companies are coming in this area, and they their presence is spreading, particularly in the capitalist economies, and the large multinational companies, they are adapted their operation according to the new trends, and they have the basically worldwide network of procurement, marketing and financial infrastructure. Actually, that's why they are able to produce at the cheaper rate, because they can they import the raw material sometimes, they can still produce in the international market. So, overall they have some efficiency in the production and marketing of the activity. And the cooperative business or enterprises, basically they are in small, they are ill equipped to meet the challenge of the open market, and because they are restricted themselves to thrift and credit businesses and distribution of the farm inputs. So, most of the cooperative organization, they are in the basically credit business or distribution of inputs like fertilizers and the seed or some farm machinery like that only. And in the farmers of the in the advanced country, they are enjoying. The farmers of the farmers of the developed country, they are enjoying various the facilities provided by the developed country. They have the better production technologies or techniques. They have the some quality standards because they have the production technology, and and they have the complete system of the market information and means of transportation also well developed in the developed country. And actually the farmers of the advanced country, they are getting huge subsidy in the agriculture sectors from the government, so which basically reduce the cost of production of agriculture produce in the developed country, and basically that enable them to dump their produce in the developing country. Because they have the low cost of production, and because they are getting huge input subsidies, so that's why their cost of production is less, and that's why they are able to sell in the lesser prices in the other countries. So the hefty subsidies also depress the global prices seriously, because they are able to sell at the lower prices. So it reduce the prices, the global prices, international prices of the agriculture produce, and that put the farmers in the third world country at a competitive disadvantage, because they are not able to produce the agriculture produce at the price which are which is we can say much higher than the prices at which the farmers of the developed country they are producing. And there are many other challenges in agriculture sector, like we have the high cost of agriculture production, and actually slowly after the liberalization, the government also not encouraging the subsidy component in agriculture sector. They want to remove slowly the subsidy components, and actually the means of production, the farm products are also not superior in the developing country, because they are not able to follow the standard production practices, and they don't have their superior production technology. That's why in the developed country, the quantity and quality is low, and the cost of production is high in agriculture sector, and the market like India would prefer basically prefer to purchase cheaper imported products. So actually when we have the open market and the product is available, the produce is available at cheaper prices in other countries, why we will purchase at higher prices of domestic products. So a large number of farmers in India have suffered losses leading to the high incidence of the the suicide also in the country. So actually the farmers or the agriculture cooperatives in India, and they in few exceptional cases they are not able to protect the interest of their member. They undertake any serious agriculture production or business plus, and they are not able to undertake any big or the competitive business plan, and actually they are not able to introduce the quality standards in agriculture processing or agro processing and handling, and they are also not able to educate the farmer member on introducing the innovations. So in innovation element, they are not able to introduce in the agriculture sector. They are also not able to taking the measures to lower the cost of production, and then the quality of the product is also low in the the country like India, and they are not able to introduce the Indian farm product in the world market adequately, and they are not able to introduce the effective value addition practices in the agriculture sectors. So, as a farmer individual also, they cannot produce or the produce at lower cost, so they are not able to reduce the cost of production, and the no or very less agricultural infrastructure available, and actually the marketing of the produce or there is also very difficult, because there is a high in the procurement, high quality input and technology is not there in the agriculture sector. So, this is truly true especially of the agriculture production and handicrafts, because this affects the large number of the peoples. Large number of the peoples are engaged in the agriculture production and in the handicrafts activity in the country. So, here the government and the farmers and farmers organization, especially the agriculture the cooperative, they should work together to meet the challenges of the open market. And now we will move to the impact of the economic liberalization. So, the agriculture cooperatives, they have come under a lot of strain due to the liberalization, and until the end of the 7th 5-year plan, the government provided substantial financial and moral support for the promotion of the cooperatives, and they have provided assistance in the creation of the infrastructure for industrial cooperatives, institution building and the human resource development. But after the liberalization, the government announced gradual reduction in the agriculture sector support, and the grant in aid for the promotional activities of the cooperative institutions were also reduced. And so basically after the liberalization, there are various factors which were affected adversely of the cooperative institution, like there is a withdrawal and a reduction of subsidy to the cooperative sectors. So now there is a higher cost of the input and services in agriculture cooperatives, there higher cost of the production, lower economic returns are there, and the lot of dumping from the advanced countries in the developed countries or developing countries, sorry, and there is a dwindle agriculture cooperatives, and there are number of agriculture cooperatives, we can say the diminishing or the profitability of the agriculture cooperatives are diminishing over the period of time, and they are basically encouraging heavy losses. So, liberalization compelled the agriculture cooperative to basically to educate the farmers members on the new requirements, like there is a need to have the education related to the group farming or joint use of the resources, then use of the quality input, use of the environmental friendly methods, then professional management methods, and the improved farm technology and farm machinery need to be utilized in the agriculture sectors or by the cooperative societies. So, there are various economic reforms is required in the cooperative sector, particularly with the cooperative sector. They need to have the greater autonomy and freedom of the actions should be given to the cooperative society in taking the decisions, and the government has also brought various legislation to improve the autonomy of the cooperative sector, like the Multi-State Cooperatives Act 2002, which provide the autonomy to take the decisions by the cooperative sector, which reduce the share capital of the government in the cooperative society, so that the cooperatives are free to take their own decisions. So basically, there are a lot of reforms required in the cooperative sector in terms of organizational and the economic matters of the cooperative society, and the cooperative can enter into contract and business negotiations with private sectors or private enterprises. That is also allowed in after 2002, and there are greater development opportunities in the cooperative sectors by utilizing the modern the production technology or modern manufacturing technology, and actually there is a need to set up the grading, packaging and warehousing and transportation services by the cooperative sectors. And basically the cooperative sectors are encouraged to diversify their economic activities to expand their business and the services, and then there is also substantial change is required in the governance structure of the cooperative organization. Actually they should adopt the better improved methods of management, and then they should have the qualified professional management and operational staff in the cooperative sectors, and they should begin to make use of the information technology in the management of the cooperative organization. And we can sum up this session that the liberalization has opened up the economies, and basically this liberalization has allowed the production and marketing across the boundaries of the nation. So a country or economy of a country can participate in the production and marketing activity of the other countries. They can supply the produce there, they can import the produce from the other countries where it has comparatively disadvantage in the country. So they can import the cheaper produce from the other country. So but large multinational companies, they have adapted to the scenarios and they have expanded their activities to the new economic scenario after the liberalization, and they have benefited from the advanced production technology they have and the production efficiency they have in the production system, because they have the well managed or the competent human professionals. They have their resources, developed resources with them, so that's why they can produce the goods at a cheaper rate, and they can produce the goods at the competitive prices, so that's why they can sell, and they have the network in different countries. And in this process, basically cooperatives, they are facing a lot of challenges, and because they are the resource poor, they could not organize their activities, their business activity in the manner the multinational companies they could organize, and that's why the cooperative sectors is suffering a lot, and some of the cooperative sectors, they are basically diminishing, or they are dwindling in their own business activities, and some of the cooperatives, they incurred heavy losses in their business outcome. So in order to improve the situation of the cooperative organization, they need various reforms, particularly in terms of autonomy in their decisions, about taking the decisions about negotiation with different companies. The private companies, they can go contact with other organizations in their production economy or supplying of the inputs or making the marketing activity. So the cooperative also need diversification in their operations and the professional management. Basically they need the diversification by managing the supply chain in all the activities, so such type of the autonomy or diversification in operation can help the cooperative organization to face the challenges arising out of the liberalization. And various steps are being taken by the government to improve the performance of the cooperative in terms of the legislations like multi-state cooperative society 2002, and then government also brought the international cooperative policy in 2002, which provide greater autonomy to the cooperative sectors, and actually they allows the cooperative sectors to participate, to organize their production activity in the joint manner, as joint activities. They allow the diversification of the cooperative organization. They can enter in different types of the production activities and services, and they can involve them with the the private organizations or private companies, or they can go contact with the outside country also, in the like IPCO or the CREPCO, they have the contract with the women in the for the production of the fertilizer. So in this manner they can also start the joint venture for the production or for organizing the business activity of the cooperative sector. With this, I thank you all.